All right, well, I guess we can go ahead and get started. And if they
Yes.
come in later, that's fine too. So, good morning. My name is Trisha Thompson. I work here at the Downers Public Library. I work in the circulation department. But I used to work when I first started in the computer department upstairs. And so I work with Annie, who is our training manager. And so every now and then we do some courses to try to help our patrons in our community, and this is one of those courses. If you, and I'm just going to go ahead and start screen sharing our website because just even as a patron, I didn't realize how much the library offers. And if you go to our website, you'll be able to see just from the tabs what we offer here. And I'm going to get rid of some of these pop-ups, and I'm going to move us kind of down here, I think. All right, so today we're going to talk about this tab here on our website. And in case you didn't know, our web address is just dglibrary.org. And so you go there and you'll be heading to our website, and you'll see our landing page, which offers a lot of different information right here. As I call this the news banner that kind of tells you, current events. And you see, of course, the tax thing there. And then there are different links on our homepage or our landing page to different areas on our site. But we also have a main sort of menu bar here. And today we're going to focus on the Community Resources tab. And if I'm going too fast, or if you have some questions as I go, just Annie's going to be sort of monitoring the chat room, and she'll let me know if there's some questions, and she'll answer them, or I'll try to answer them, either one. So let's get started. Our first tab is Career Help. You click here, we have first resume help, and not all of the things that are on the page are things that are offered here in the library, but a lot of it is. And a lot of things too, also, if you look at everything that's in blue, are links to other resources. For instance, this is sort of like a resume helper or a resume creator builder. Um, on all of these tabs, link you to different sources that will help you with your resume. Also, over here is the developing skills. Now, this BrainFuse is actually one of the databases that we have there. So if you click on it, it'll link you to how to use BrainFuse, which is, and you see our logo here, which means it's a database that we have access to from our website, from the library. So also, LinkedIn Learning is something new. And Annie, I don't have a lot of information about this, but if you're familiar with
LinkedIn Learning actually is used to be called Lynda, and it was bought by Microsoft, and LinkedIn was bought by Microsoft also. So I know LinkedIn bought Lynda, and Lynda was bought by Microsoft. So now it's LinkedIn Learning. They changed it from Lynda, and it's a wonderful, wonderful. You have to be a Downers Grove Library user to use it, and I know more of you not, but I know Westmont has it too, and it's just wonderful. Now that
Yeah, it does.
LinkedIn, uh, now it's called LinkedIn Learning, and now that it's LinkedIn Learning, they included tests and quizzes, which before, when it was Lynda, if you didn't have a paid account, you couldn't get any credit for anything that you ever took. So it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. The learning is fantastic, and especially with the transfer of learning. So you can tell that the learning transferred.
Yeah, so I went in yesterday and just created an account like that, and you saw all it required was my library card number and my PIN, which is the same one I used to log in to my library account. And I just clicked different things that I was interested in. It asks you like, what are you interested in as far as management or uh, technology, and so I just clicked on several things, and then after I clicked on it, it brought up these courses and things that I can take. Time management was one that I clicked on too. I struggle with that a little bit. So here you see they suggested these courses or these little seminars that you could take, and these are the areas that I said I would be interested in learning about. Time management, decision making. So a lot of what we offer on the career help page is actually links to other resources that you can use to help build up your professional, with your resume, developing different skills. I love this. This is a jobs list and directories, and it's also everything that's blue. You can link to other outside links. So when you click on them, it'll give you like this downtown Downers Grove job page, and you can see who's hiring and get information about different businesses right here downtown. But there's also some that go, oh, here we go, a little further. I know when I was unemployed for a while, I had created an account on Career One Stop, also because the VA suggested that. I'm a veteran, and so some of these links are local links, and then there are DuPage County links, and then there are also sort of like national links where you could see things like that. And down here is business and career events, and there's a little scroll bar here so you can see any type of programs that we have coming up that would be beneficial to someone who's needing a little career help. So there's some job resumes, and we partner a lot with the People's Resource Center. And I have to give a plug here because when I first started visiting the Downers Grove Library, I was unemployed at the time. And the People's Resource Center had a seminar here, and I came to it, and it talked about all of these things that tried to help you with like getting your resume together. But also the People's Resource Center has a food pantry, it has a computer lab, they have a clothes pantry. So this organization has been very helpful to me. It helped me get through that period of unemployment. They even helped me with my rent. So I know a lot of people don't know. I wouldn't have known anything about it had I not come to this program at the library, but it has been a very, very beneficial resource in the community. And there's one in Wheaton, and then there's one in Westmont. And at the bottom here of the events, there's a little link that says see all events. I'm just going to click on this to show you. This brings you to our calendar of events. And it'll list the same things here that we just saw, but you can go through and see more of what's coming up in the future. You can just click for today, tomorrow, this week, or next week. You can also click here and view it as a calendar. And you'll see these little coded numbers down here. That is the event type. So if you click on that, it gives you an explanation of what each color means. So if you're looking for a certain type of program, like a technology program, or you want a business and career, so you can click on that and it'll filter that on the calendar. So just so you know, and at the bottom of most of our pages, there is that little see all events link that if you click, it'll take you to the calendar, and then you can see what's being offered. All right, we'll get back to, and so that is our career help page under community resources. You have any questions about that page or no? All right.
No questions.
No questions.
Okay, so let's go on then to celebrate. And for a while, this page, when I clicked on it, it just said, what used to be here is no longer here, but they brought it back up, and I'm glad to see that. So this is sort of informational. Celebrate, as you know, February is African American History Month, and so this month, this is what is on our Celebrate page. So next month is Women's History Month. Maybe it'll be Women's History as the highlight.
I got a question to ask you.
Sure.
Like, I understand February is Black History Month, but why is next month Women's History Month?
Oh, I don't know if that's what's going to be here. I'm just saying nationally that's what it is. March is not Women's History Month.
Okay, because I know February is Black History Month, but I didn't know that next month is Women's History Month.
Yeah. Let me Google it. I love Google it. Women's.
It is next month.
Yeah, Women's History Month. Yeah,
Yeah.
March 1st. So, I mean, that's just nationally. It's not. I don't know that that's what's going to be here on our page, but I would just say that's something that could be there, or maybe they might focus on spring. Who knows? But I think this page is sort of like celebrating, like what's celebrating. Maybe they could have had also what else? Oh, President's Day was is during the month of February, so they could have done something with just presidents, but and I'm not sure who does it. I believe it's our PR team who selects what the theme for the Celebrate tab will be, but this month it just happens to be Black History Month. And you'll see there's some programs that you could attend. This one, I was here, this was this past Sunday. It was a very, very exciting program. It was so many people in the library. It was really wonderful. Also, music and film, and then here, Black History Resources. And so we're not just for our community resource tab, we're not just focusing on just the library or just Downers Grove, but we try to do Downers Grove community and then also DuPage County, and then a little further out, because I know that the DeSable Museum is actually in the city. It's in Chicago. It's not here, but that's a resource that you could look into. And then books and movies that relate to our Celebrate theme, and then you can find more programs like the ones that we offer here, and see all events. Will take you to our calendar and you can see what else is being offered. That is our Celebrate tab. So I'm actually anxious to see what will be our Celebrate for the month of March. I would venture to say it's probably going to be Women's History, but I don't know. I don't know. But it'll be, check back and see. Shall see. Any questions, other questions or comments about the Celebrate link?
Ooh, I don't think so.
Here's a very COVID information. And I just want to point out here before I get started, it says this page was last updated on January 27th, 2022. So I'm assuming that a lot of things have been happening in the news with the Omicron and with the mandates and just in our area. So I'm pretty sure that it'll be updated again probably Monday.
Yeah, they're actually uplifting the mandate on the 28th.
Yeah. So
but still, the COVID's still going to be there, but they say probably going to say do it at your risk. Whether the COVID's reduced or not, COVID's still around. So just do it at your risk as long as you're fully vaccinated. I know New York City, they're updating it about me here, but I don't know about California, because California is very hypersensitive and you can't go anywhere without wearing the mask. I was there last December. San Diego, San Francisco. When I went to San Francisco, like after leaving San Diego, they brought back that restriction thing, and you couldn't go anywhere without a mask.
Well, we're a little bit more lenient here, I think, and I think it's probably about to get more lenient and let like you said, let people, if you're vaccinated, at your choice.
Even New York, they're going to uplift you. I think it depends on how many people have been vaccinated, because I know, like in states like New York, Chicago, Boston, and I know this thing is a little bit political, but mostly the North and East Coast, West Coast, I guess they're a little bit more sensitive. I think only in the I know in the southern states and in the mountain states they're more lenient. So
yes, I have family in the South, and I know Texas and Louisiana. And Texas was just, if you want to wear your mask, wear it. If you don't.
Yeah, because I think it's because they don't. Because I know I don't want to get into the politics, so it's more political, and also, of course, there are a high percentage of COVID cases down there. Even the governor of Texas, Rick Perry, got it, and then he's telling all Texans to get vaccinated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a big topic, and we try to keep in line with what the mandate is from the CDC, and you'll see that here what the CDC recommends. So this is our page, and it's quite extensive. It talks about where you can get vaccinated and how you register. And I'm thinking now people who are going to get vaccinated probably have locations where you can get vaccinated, and then vaccine frequently asked questions about the vaccines and the booster shot. So this and also full vaccination travel frequently asked questions, because I know that there are some guidelines about how you can travel, not just specifically state to state, but if you're trying to go out of the country, there could be some things you would need to know before you did that.
Yeah, I think it also depends on like doing the mask mandate. I think it depends on in each state how many people have been mostly vaccinated. Because in some of the states, like in the South, or even all these mountain states that are mostly, I don't want to get into politics, but Republican, not everybody may have not been vaccinated, depending on the percentage.
Yeah. Well, that's what they say on the news, that they're looking at the numbers to determine how to move forward.
Because it's Omicron virus, they said they have it on the low key, since December, but I don't know. So some places, those people who don't mask up aren't vaccinated, and people travel a lot during the traveling season.
Hmm.
They may have come and give somebody, whoever got the coronavirus, the Omicron, they may have spread it. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna keep my mask on. That's just my personal opinion.
Right? Even though you've been fully vaccinated, you're still gonna mask up.
Oh yes. Yeah. Hmm. So, yep, that's a hot topic, of course. Let's move on to Downers Grove Services. So this, and then you see, it kind of sent us to what looks like another one of our web pages, because these are databases that we have, and you could actually get to these also from all databases, and it would take you to the same page if you selected Downers Grove Services. And there's just a list of various organizations and departments and resources that you could reach out to depending on what your need was. One here, Downers Grove Area Fish Food Pantry, a Newcomers Club, the Historical Society, and down here there's that at least 4 or 5 pages of it. So you just keep clicking, and you can find different. Oh, the Rotary Club. Oh, here we go. DuPage County Health Department. So each one of these is a database that you could go to find information just by clicking on it. And so, of course, look what pops up about the vaccine. So if you had any questions about the, DuPage County Health Department, you could get to it from our Downers Grove Services link right there. DuPage Pass. DuPage County Senior Services. So if you know of someone that is senior citizen, 60 or older, and may need some help, you could direct them towards this link, and maybe they could find some resources that will help them out. And there are several pages of links: Family Shelter, Hope's Front Door, and here, the People's Resource Center, one of my favorite places. And also the West Suburban Community Pantry. They're also another one that helps out with they have a food pantry, and they help those who are sort of in a financial crisis and need help. So it's a good thing to know.
A lot of people are in the financial crisis during this COVID time.
Yes. And that's why I think it's really important for them to know about the resources that are out there. People's Resource Center.
Yeah, just like in the 2008, remember the financial crisis happened? Same thing happened here, but I think it's more over here. Percentage is higher.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot that the COVID really hit a lot of people financially when their jobs that they couldn't transfer their jobs to, like something to do from home. It kind of impacted a lot of people. So I feel like you're right that they still need help with that to try to get back on their feet. Definitely. Let's see. Oh, Notary Services. We get this a lot, questions about the Notary Services. And right now, I just want to say that they're currently unavailable, but I'm thinking that's probably going to change on Monday. But yes, if you need something notarized, I suggest you come to this page first, because it'll give you an outline of what you need. And it also stipulates that even though we have several people on our staff that are licensed notaries, however, we can't guarantee that they'll be here on the day that you come. So we suggest that you request an appointment, and you can do that right here online. You can fill this out, and somewhere, where did it go? Oh, because it's unavailable right now. Well, when it becomes available again, you fill it out here, and they get back to you within 24 and 48 hours to set up a specific time for you to come in and get your items notarized. And on this page, it tells you the guidelines for notary and the things that they cannot notarize. So this is really important. Sometimes people come in and they have things that they want notarized, but it's something that we can't do. So
we also can't provide witnesses. So we get that a lot. People come in and they'll say, well, I need 2 witnesses. We can't provide them. You have to bring your own.
And right here it says to have a document notarized, and that is what you need. It says if witnesses are required in addition to a notary, users must provide their own witnesses. And a lot of people get upset with us because they come in and they haven't read this yet. And so whenever people call in, we always try to direct them to our website, because that's where they're going to find the most information about the notary, so they won't make a mute trip. And when we weren't notarizing, there are other places in the community that may still do it. Westmont Library notarizes, so does Indian Prairie, but also the Village of Downers Grove, which is close by, they provide notary services, and these other.
And Indian Prairie and I think Westmont charges $1 per page. We don't charge.
So there you go. I think everybody's had to have something notarized at some point in their life, and you just kind of, where do I find a notary? So it's good. I think it's great that we offer that service here and for free. Just be aware of the guidelines and the requirements before you come in. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, outreach. So our kids department provides outreach services to area schools and daycares and things like that. They'll go and do programs. If you wanted to request one, say for your child's school, or somewhere that might want to, you can direct them here, and they can fill out a form to request someone from our library to come and do a program at their school. So they do story times, book talks, STEM stations, database tutorials, and lessons on media literacy. So, a wide age range. I think story times is probably, of course, preschool age, and then on up to a little older. And there are links here where you can fill out a request form, and then you can click here for educator request if you're a teacher or something and you want to request something. And then you can also click here to contact, and it'll be here at the kids room desk if you had questions about that. But I used to work at Bright Horizons over off of Fuller Road over there. And I remember one of the ladies from here, once I started working here, I said, I remember her. She came in and did a story time with the kids, and it was really nice. So there are also e-materials and resources, our databases and things like that we have an e-library that you can use. I think it's Flipster. One of these where the children can actually read the books on the screen. It looks like the book and the page turns. So we have lots of resources for educators and even moms who just, stay at home or want to sort of extend their kids' learning. So if you think you know someone that may want to have an outreach program, someone from our library come to them, you can come here, or you can just contact the kids desk. You call there and say, hey, my daughter's school wanted someone to come and talk about women's history. You could call and say, or you can submit it right here from this form. Outreach. And organization of the month. And I'm going to click on it so you can see which one it is. So each month we try to highlight an organization in our community that is doing something exceptional for the community. This month it is Food Rescue US. And so if you are interested, I'm just going to go back, sorry. So you can see here. Here we go. Organization of the month. So there's an application that you can fill if you know of an organization, or if you, is that you, Annie? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And I should go back to me. Well, we just won't do it. But you fill out the application to sort of nominate an organization that you think would be good to be the organization of the month right here. And you can just do the application here, but they would just be highlighted. And this is just another way for them to get a little bit more visibility in the community. Maybe I had actually never heard of this organization, but now I went in and I looked and I thought, oh, well, this is actually a really good thing where they sort of take, I think you've seen commercials where they take food that would have been thrown away because it wasn't, pretty or something like that. And they try to donate that food to areas that need it, where people would need, or maybe suffering from some type of, food shortage and things like that. So that's what the organization is this month. It'll change in a few days. For March, it'll be a new organization, but that's what that is. Someone probably nominated them to be that, and we're highlighting them for the month of February. All right, the Seed Library. So this is actually in our library. It's upstairs in our near our nonfiction sections toward the back, and it's sort of like a little catalog, sort of like with drawers and things, and there's seeds in there. And what you do is you borrow the seeds, grow them, save the seeds from the plants, and then return the number of seeds originally borrowed. So if you are interested in, gardening or growing vegetables and things like that, this is an interesting thing to do. I think they have them at other libraries too. I know that Indian Prairie has the same type of resource, but I think it's really nice that we're sort of encouraging people to grow their own vegetables and things like that. But on this tab, there are step by step of how to do it. And when you go into our library, if you go up to the back and you see it, there's information there for you to read to see how you would participate in the seed borrowing procedures. So I've never done it. I honestly just don't have the patience, but other people might enjoy it. I will just buy my tomatoes from the store. Or I take donations because there are lots of ladies in circulation that have gardens and they're delicious, they're bringing some delicious vegetables. So I just take theirs and I just take the donations. But if you want to try it on your own and just, want to kind of share it, you can do it with our seed library. And I never knew this. I've never been to the one at the Downers Grove Museum. Every time I've ever known it, it's been here. So, but it moved, I guess, from the Downers.
Actually, it moved. Yeah.
So now we house
Got
it.
Years ago.
Let's see. Okay, social services. This one again is this one I feel like is very beneficial to us at this time. And you mentioned that a lot of people are without jobs or kind of trying to bounce back from the impact of COVID, or there you may know someone who's sort of suffering from maybe from anxiety or having some problems. We actually have social work. Oh, sorry, hold on.
Masks are required for all patrons, including those who have been vaccinated. Masks must cover your nose, mouth, and chin at all times. Patrons who do not wear masks properly will be asked to leave. Wash or sanitize hands often and refrain from eating and drinking in the building. Thank you.
Sorry about that. I forget that at 11 o'clock we have our announcement. But we have social work interns here at the library now to help our patrons who are in need. And these are their hours, but also read the fine print. So they're not going to be someone's personal social worker. They're just here to sort of assess your needs if you come to them with that, and they will try to get you to the appropriate organization that can help you the best. So I think this is really good to have because we do have a lot of people that just need help and struggling with just different issues, and sometimes they just need to be able to talk to someone and see if someone can get them some help. So if you know anyone like that, please direct them to our social services link and have them reach out. You can fill out an assessment form. I don't know, there it is. You can do it right here, on our page. Fill out this form for an assessment, and then someone will contact you to set up a time for you to meet with the one of our interns, and it'll be about 15 or 20 minutes, and then they'll try to help see what you need and see the best way for them to assist you. I think this is a great service because everyone needs help, and not everyone knows where to go to get it, and to have someone on staff that can help them is a good thing. We also have some links to some handouts. Past partnership, and this does say currently some of these things are unavailable due to the COVID restrictions, but I think some of this are going to be reinstated soon. And down here are some of our community partners: DuPage Pads, Hope Front Door, my favorite too, People's Resource Center, and the West Suburban Community Pantry, and also the YWCA. So I really hope that someone, if you know of anyone that needs any type of social services help, that you can direct them to our interns or some other one of our partners who could possibly help them with their needs. help them, because everyone I feel like is struggling in some way during this time, and so if we can help in any way, we want to. All right, and tax info. So we do have tax forms in the library. We have the state forms, or do we? I know we have the federal forms. I'm not sure about state, and the booklets. But I would suggest you call first because they go pretty fast. We do not ourselves offer to do your taxes. We don't do taxes here. We just try to help you with the supplying you with the forms, and also here for help with your taxes, we have some resources here that you can get helpful with your federal taxes and your Illinois state taxes, and also links for free tax preparation assistance. So we don't do that here at the library. We just try to give you as much information as we can so that you can get someone else to assist you. So we're hoping that one of these outside sources will be able to assist you. And if you needed a printout of it, you can click that and it's just a printout, a PDF of what's on our page about the taxes. So, and that is coming up fast. I think April 15th. Wow, that's coming up really quick. So if you need help with taxes or if you need your tax forms, call us first and see, just to make sure we do have the tax forms in stock, or visit this site and you can see if one of these other institutions could help you with filling out your tax forms or understanding your taxes. Right there. And we are almost to the end. Let's see. Explore More Illinois. Oh, so this is sort of like a things to do in Illinois. There is just a link to show you the different places that you can go and things that you can do in DuPage County and in Illinois all over. So if you click on that link, there'll be current attractions, and you can see like this is all the way up to Springfield. So it's Illinois statewide. Let me see if I can. There we go. Different museums, recreation centers, libraries. It's just a full list of things to do to explore Illinois. And then
I got a question.
yeah.
Like these are all like museums are mostly in the city, right? First of all.
So this one is in Springfield, Illinois. Some of them are in Chicago. There's some actually in Kenosha that's in Wisconsin.
Right.
So they
Also,
have
are these things all open right now or not?
participating tracks. So this is as of December. And I don't know, let's click on one and see.
Because of this COVID time still going on, are they still open or not? Or
So you know what, I would say to check with each place individually, because my daughter and I were going to take a trip to Springfield, and we just decided to scrap it because every place that we were going to go was closed due to COVID. So the only thing we could really do were the things that were outside, but that was last year. So I don't know. I would just check each, like contact each place. So when I clicked on it, let's see, nothing's. See if this one's open. So yeah, so if you click on the link, it'll take you to their site, and it'll probably tell you if they're open. Huh. Looks like this one is. So yeah, each place has
but you have to wear. It's open as long as you have to do the social distancing and the mask, right?
Probably, but I would say definitely either check their website, or because most places have a COVID thing that pops up, or just call them, because if you click on the link and get to their site, there'll be a phone number here, and then you can just contact them and say, hey, what's your COVID thing? Because usually they have that. I'm surprised it didn't pop up. Let's see, visit virtually. That's interesting. Yeah, I would definitely check about the COVID thing, because you would hate to plan a trip somewhere and then find out that they're not even open. But again, with everything that's happening with mandates and everything, I bet a lot is going to change as of Monday. So they may open, but you're right, there may be restrictions.
Right. because they're saying that because people are tired of it, even though the surge is there, but I don't know how much is, even if the COVID is not finished yet, they say do it at your risk.
Yeah.
That's what it is now, at your
Yeah.
risk.
Yeah. So maybe we're still planning to take a trip in March. I don't know where. I'm planning on it being somewhere outside, like a boardwalk or like the boardwalk in Milwaukee. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's just outside, but not we're still planning to save for my family. But that's like you said, it's your choice now, or it will be. I feel like it's going to come down to that. What if
As long as I think as long as you have been fully vaccinated, it doesn't matter. It won't affect you. You'll get lesser chance of getting the Omicron or the COVID than the people who have not been vaccinated.
yeah. And our last one is the Museum Adventure Pass. So this is sort of like a list of libraries and museums within a certain area. Like you can choose one that we might have a pass for here in the library. And what it is I would just suggest calling our kids department, but what they'll ask you, like, sometimes you can get like a pass for Brookfield Zoo or a pass for the Children's Museum. When we were in the city, we could get passes to the Art Institute and to the Field Museum. We would just check them out from the library. So that's what Museum Adventure Pass is. It's trying to see if we offer or what type of maybe passes or discounts that could be offered by these different museums in our area. You could create your account here, but I honestly feel like it's easier if you just call the kids department here, our kids department, and just say, hey, do you have any passes for the Downers Grove Museum, or do you have any for Brookfield Zoo or the Field Museum, and just see if we have them in stock. But it's good if you have if you have 2 kids or 3 kids. It could get expensive trying to go to places and visit the museums. They're not cheap. So if you can get a pass, that would really, really help out. So I hope that you will be able to use that too. And that actually covers our community resources tab. I feel like there's a wide range of things or institutions or links or resources that you can access or learn about from this tab. And I hope that I have given you some information that you can use that will help you or someone if they're in need of some type of community support or some social services. There is a deck that I created, a PowerPoint that outlines the different tabs here that we will send to you after the class. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Hope we can answer them. No? Well, thank you so much for showing up. I hope that I was able to give you some information that you'll be able to use or that you'll be able to pass on to someone else to use. Thank you.